Christmas memories.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're doing well. I don't know how long it's been since we've last seen each other, technically, but it has been a week since my last video and I'm excited to be back already. I hope by now you are genuinely feeling Christmassy. And if you have not already, I hope you have started your Christmas shopping. Guys, I tell you this all the time. I've mentioned it in a few videos now. It is so important to start early if you want to be able to like really enjoy December and just feel Christmassy. So that's kind of what this video is about today. We are going to do a gift guide for him.
The boys.
Hence we have Tom with us today. So we're gonna go through a few different ideas that I've got. And yeah, basically just brainstorm. I'm going to do it so there's like a mix of budget, so you can kind of have a think about how much you want to spend. I'm also going to break it down by age groups.
He is.
Yeah, which he. So do the different age groups, so kind of like dads, granddads, younger guys. And I also like to start with a little bit of hamper too, because to me, I love a Christmas hamper. It makes me happy. But yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, if you haven't already, go get yourself a hot drink, go get yourself a little sweet treat, and get cozy. And I hope you enjoy this video. We are gonna start off with like a hamper. So I'm gonna suggest some of my ideas and then Tom can come in and suggest some of his. And we'll see how similar our ideas are, because sometimes I think I'm a bit boring and I think Tom sometimes has more interesting ideas. So we'll see. But starting off with a hamper, I've made a little list on my phone. So I was thinking, this one I thought you would like actually, is hot sauces. Like a little hamper with maybe some like food bits. You can have like hot sauces, like what would you have with hot sauces? Crackers, crisps, snacky bits.
Snacky bits.
Little
Just,
snacky
or just,
bits.
you're like trying to show you who's toughest, just a selection of hot sauces.
Yeah, I always like as well, in some of like the fancy shops like Waitrose, MS, and to be honest actually, Lidl and Aldi have been doing this too. I have noticed in the shops, like just, I can't describe it much better than this, but like weird items, right? So it'll be like crisps, but they'll have such bizarre flavors, like Christmassy flavors. And I feel like little gifts like that are quite cool. And then you always like Doritos. What's the ones where it's like a roulette?
The Dorito roulette one,
Yeah.
it's like cheesy and then they've got the one spicy one in it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be quite fun on a Christmas day. Like, when you're, I don't know, because every family does it differently, right? But like, we always have that slight lull after we've done presents where we're waiting for the Christmas dinner, where I feel like pulling out the crisps would be quite funny. So that's an option. The other thing that I thought would be cool would be kind of like an essentials sort of like clothing hamper. So I thought you could get like nice pairs of pants, funny socks.
This current one's got like massive holes in things, yeah.
I don't think you're the only boy out there living like this.
Probably not. No.
I don't think so. What would you say is like your favourite brand of pants? Do you have a favourite
brand of pants?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I
don't really buy my own pants either, so.
Damn. Okay.
Boxers. I mean, we all like boxers,
Pants that come in boxes.
Boxers.
Oh, wait, was he? Oh, boxers.
Boxers.
But I thought you meant pants that come in boxes. I was like, that's really niche, but each to their own. Okay.
I mean, probably as well. They're probably gonna be quite nice pants if they come in boxes.
Well, that's what I thought.
Like the
I was
socks
going
and
to
boxers.
suggest, because I was going to suggest like, Calvin Klein pants. I always think they're quite nice. You don't have to get that. You can get them from anywhere. M&S do nice pants too.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. They could be like funny pants.
Funny pants.
Yeah.
Do you like the funny pants?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if they fit. Like the last one didn't really fit, but
What were the last ones I got you?
I don't know if we can say it.
I
Santa
don't
Claus
mind.
ones.
So I have this ongoing joke where if I see like a horrific pair of pants, I just think it's like the funniest thing to get them for Tom. And Have you only had 2 pairs?
I mean, we only had 2 at the moment.
I might put up my list to get some. I'll show you guys in the next video. We'll go pant hunting. But it was basically, we got 1 pair and I just saw them in Primark and I just thought they were so horrible. It was funny. So they were like, you know, like just, oh, it actually makes me cringe inside thinking about it. It was like that shiny red material, like Santa pants. They were absolutely horrific. They were really, really tight. They had not got the right size. I wouldn't recommend them, but the funny pants I would recommend were pants that had a gigantic golden retriever on them.
On the back
on the
side.
bottom.
Did you say something with it?
No, I think he just had like a party hat on and maybe like Christmas lights around him. I just saw them on ASOS and I needed like to buy something so I could get a free delivery. And I was like, you know what?
Really make the man feel special in your life.
Those are what I want.
I had to get it for free delivery.
No, you loved those pants. They were cool pants.
I wear them all the time.
Pants are an
I'm
option.
gonna run out of all other options. Yeah.
You could go funny or you could go smart, but then also you've got a pretty cool sock collection.
I do have quite cool.
So last year we did, and I can tag it down below actually, but we did the like Boots advent calendar of Christmas socks. It was like 12 socks. Yeah, we did Star Wars themes. Tom did like a Star Wars one. They do loads of different themes though. I'll try and tag it. But I thought the socks were an incredible quality.
I did.
They're really good socks.
I've worn them all year round.
Yeah, I do actually rate them a lot. The thing is, you just don't need 12 new socks.
I don't need 12 new pairs of socks.
So yeah, but there is also a company that I saw when I was in London a few weeks ago that are like, I can't remember what they're called, but again, I will link it down below. But I feel like they're just called the Funny Sock Company or something. And they just do like really bizarre socks. I think I got Tom ones with like giant burgers on them. So yeah, but they had literally a style of sock for anything. So like whatever your guy's into, you could get a sock for that, I reckon.
There is also the Odd Sock Company, which is great because if you lose a sock, you still have like enough socks, and then if you lose 2 socks, you still got 2 pairs of socks, and etc.
I can't stand those. I like everything to imagine. It stresses me out.
But then like, if as soon as you lose 1 sock, you've lost a pair. The Odd Sock takes.
But you could just have all your white socks.
Yeah, but they're all slightly different.
That's just because I'm
And then they're going to have different foot feel. And foot feel, I feel, is more important than the look of the
that's
sock.
true, actually. That is true. Okay. The other thing that I thought could go in a hamper would be mince pies.
For me, I wouldn't say that's an all...
Oh, do most people not like mince pies, do you think?
I wouldn't
I
say
just
it's
thought,
a
like,
generalisation
it'd be like
either
mince
way. I reckon
pies.
like, some people do and some people don't.
Do you think like maybe like mince pies, sweet treats, like just Christmassy?
Yeah, mince pies,
Christmassy
cherry
goodies.
chocolate orange sort of things, you know, anything like that.
Yeah.
If they've got a favourite sort of Christmassy snack or just a favourite sweet treat or favourite treat, but the savoury treat we were kind of talking about earlier with like the hot sauces and stuff. But yeah. If you know your man, you'll know what he likes. Every guy's got a hobby.
Oh god, yes, sorry.
They'll have something that they, like, you know, they're a fanatic about and, like, you just are absolutely sick of hearing about it or whatever. But there'll always be something that's small or cheap within that can show that you, like, kind of, like, you listen occasionally. You know, where it's, like, a small bit of, like, sports merch or something, or, like, a small Lego figure, or it's just like, something small that's kind of relates to what they're obsessed with, can just kind of go a long way.
Yeah.
On a hamper.
Yeah.
Stocking style thing.
I think that's a really good one. And to be fair, that's a good point as well, that a lot of what we've said about going like in hampers could go in stockings as well. Like you don't necessarily have to pick a theme, you could pick little bits out of all of the hamper suggestions and put that together into a stocking, and that would still be really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same sort of thing, just different shape.
Yeah. I'll be doing as well, as part of Vlogmas, I'll be doing kind of like a wrap presents with me. So you'll be able to see like actually what I did end up getting Tom. So there'll be the opportunity for a full disclosure of presents as well. But right, moving on to young teens and young adults.
Well, you go
So
first.
yeah, I'll start. So the first thing I thought was a good hoodie. I feel like you just can't go wrong with a hoodie though. Why are you laughing?
No. I think you're right. You can't go wrong with a good hoodie.
I think a hoodie's really important, and I feel like you can make the gift of a hoodie as expensive or as kind of like budget friendly as you want. So like I thought like some of the hoodies in Zara's like men's range, they were quite nice. And they did like quite a few different colours as well. So depending on kind of like what your guy tends to wear, I feel like you'd be able to get a hoodie that kind of matches the rest of his wardrobe, but it won't necessarily break the bank. But then I also thought like if you did want to spend a little bit more on like your hoodies, then you could go to flannels or kind of like Selfridges, and you could kind of get a more branded one. So like we've spoken about this a few times actually, about getting a hoodie that's like more branded. Because I really like the like Fear of God Essentials hoodies. But then I know like my little sister, she told me about, oh God, what's it called now?
All the ones with the Dobermans in.
Yeah, it was like thoroughbred or something.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
I will check it and put it down below. But they had kind of like ones with like big Dobermans on. Dobermans on, and that was like a little bit like more funky, edgy sort of look. So I think that could be quite cool. But then there's loads of options. I know in Urban Outfitters, they've got a lot of like quite funky and at times maybe a little bit naughty t-shirts and hoodies. So like there's options there too.
Naughty t-shirts?
Yeah, well they've got naughty cartoons on them.
They've got naughty cartoons.
Naughty cartoons. They're not PG-13 cartoons, let me put it that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, I think kind of it all comes down to what they're sort of into. If they're into fashion, you get them a nice fashion one, they'll really appreciate it because they'll know the brand. If they're not into fashion, then get it one that's like a Minecraft hoodie or something. Yeah. Something that they're gonna like really appreciate, I guess. And stuff.
And I guess as well, like what you think they'll be wearing the hoodie for. So like you could go to kind of like the outdoorsy shops if you need one that is going to be like a bit more practical, like keep them warm when they're out and about walking in nature and whatnot.
Different hiking and things.
Yeah.
Give them a really nice fleece.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my first thought for the like young adult boys. Men and boys. The other thing I thought about was like baseball caps.
Baseball caps.
Young
men wear baseball caps.
No, okay.
And they leave the stickers on.
Right, listen, Tom's playing it all cool, guys. That's not the truth. I got a baseball cap for myself for like summer holidays. He stole it so many times. He wore it all the time, and then I got myself another one, and then he wore my old one all the time. So I think if I got you a baseball cap.
You got it for me.
No, I didn't.
You got it for my outfit,
didn't.
You?
Yeah, I got it from the women's section because I said you can wear it for the night for the outfit, but then it's mine.
Sorry.
No, because you liked it.
It was a summer holiday. There was sun in the sky. I wore it appropriately, I believe.
No, you liked having a baseball cap. Just tell the truth. Did you like having a baseball cap on?
No, because it's a baseball cap.
Why did you like wearing it then?
Because it kept the sun out my eyes.
Don't believe you. You felt like a cool dude. Did you feel like a cool dude?
No, I never feel like a cool dude
right.
with your family.
Guys, go back and watch my summer vlog, okay? You'll see Tom in the hat and you'll be able to tell he thinks he's a cool dude.
What can I say? I'm just that cool on camera.
Okay, so
like
I thought anyway you could get a cap for a guy. There's loads of different styles. I thought if you don't have a lot of options, you could have a look on Foot Asylum, but also on ASOS. There's a few different options there. But do have a look if you've got any local shops near you. So sometimes we go and visit our family in like Staffordshire, and there's a shop in Telford where you can actually personalise the cap, and you can have it done so you can have like the like, what do you call that bit? That's not the brim, is it? I don't know what it is, but like that bit, the cap, you can have it like tailor-made, so it's either like flat or they can like bend it for you. They have like loads of different options, but they have a lot of like quite cool hats. So like if you've got any shops like that near you, I really recommend that as well, because I thought it was really cool. Maybe we should go, we could get matching hats.
Just so you know, I'm always a curved one.
I like a curved one.
I'm not a fan of the flat.
No, me neither.
No.
Next, you'll like this one. I was thinking, what about like rituals gift sets?
That's what I said, doesn't it?
Yeah, you said deodorant.
Anti-stinky.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, like, guys don't actually like getting link sets.
But they always do.
But is that true?
Yeah, not really. Well, no.
So is it like rituals like a nice alternative?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, like, a guy will only buy links, but to get a gift of a nicer one,
Yeah.
he probably would like it a lot more.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay. Well, rituals definitely do like their own gift sets, but you can probably just make your own. But also, if you're on a bit of a tighter budget, you could just get one item from rituals as well. And they gift wrap everything free of charge. So you could literally get one item and they'll gift wrap it for you as well. So it makes it really easy for you. You tend to get like, I think you get the men's, like the specially for men's one, and then the men's sport version as well. I tend to get Tom the foaming shower gel. Oh. Yeah, they do like a normal shower gel as well that doesn't foam. I might try the normal
gel as well.
Do you?
I think it might just last longer.
Just me. Okay. Well, did you read that?
I'm supposed to look at that.
Yeah. Have you read it already?
No.
Please don't read it.
I am not going to read it.
Did you read it?
No.
Are you smiling because you read it?
No, I didn't read it. I didn't read it.
Did you read it?
A little bit.
Oh my god.
Do you want to talk about it now?
No! Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Right, fine. We'll talk about it. Okay. Guys, I wasn't going to talk about this because I was going to talk about it in my other video when Tom's not here. But Tom accidentally saw it on my phone.
In a link.
Oh, I'm so annoyed now that you've seen that. Okay, so yeah, one of the presents that I was hoping to get Tom, and I'll see now whether it's worth getting it, is a bracelet. I know some guys are really into their jewellery and some guys aren't. This time I was thinking of getting a bracelet instead. Did you want to talk everyone through the bracelet? Because Tom had a bracelet gifted from me before.
I did. So I worked at a axe throwing place for a bit while I was at uni as an instructor, and I quite like watching the show Vikings and what was the other one called? Last Kingdom. And I was in that the Viking aesthetic, and they have instead of like things, they have like wedding like bracelets that effectively like symbolise their sort of oath to each other. So Saffron got me a very cool
leather
bracelet, and I liked it so much I kept playing with it, and I kept playing with it, and I kept playing with it, and then I think I wore it down, and then it came off.
But yeah, so anyway, that bracelet's gone. So I was thinking of getting you another one.
I'm here for it.
I'm kind of good because that was meant to be his big surprise present. So next on the list is fragrances. Top of the list, we've obviously got Dior Sauvage. Why are you laughing?
It's fine.
It is what you've got.
That's why it's top of the list.
And it's just my favourite, and I think it's quite popular. So we've got Dior Sauvage as like the top fragrance, which I do really like Dior Sauvage. I quite like it. If you're looking for something a little bit more budget friendly, I was also thinking Holly recommended Diesel, which is what her partner wears. So that's an option too. Another option that I personally wouldn't buy, but I know a lot of people on TikTok rave about it, is Blue Chanel. I could never, because that's the fragrance my dad wears. But obviously, you know, if you like the smell of Blue Chanel, you go for that, you do you. But I just couldn't. So next on the list, I was thinking books. I know
they can read.
If you're not that avid a reader, but I feel like it's a worthy mention for anyone that's got a guy that is really into reading. I think Waterstones does have a really good collection out at the moment of different books. So I think there is a little bit of something for everyone, whether that's more kind of fiction or non-fiction. I think there's just like absolutely
And there is
loads.
types of books that I do really like.
Oh yeah? What books do you like?
Sketchbooks.
Oh yeah.
I quite like a small one, like an A5 is probably my
Oh really?
preference
Okay.
in size most of the time. Because that's just like more sort of, I feel like it's not too small that you can't actually do anything in it.
Yeah.
But it's not too big so you can like take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like most things will fit in an A5
Yeah.
sketchbook in.
Next on the list, I've got pyjamas.
I do like pajamas.
What do you like in a pyjama?
So nerdy,
Nerdy
super
ones.
comfy.
Yeah. So Tom's got a lot of like Star Wars pyjamas, don't you? do you mind me asking you like this?
It's fine. I love my Star Wars ones.
Yeah. So I think kind of like top picks for brands for your pyjamas. Obviously, if you're looking for a budget-friendly version, Primark is just so easy, and they do have quite a big selection. And I think they're bringing out a variety of ranges at the moment, so you can kind of go to Primark and get the slightly more luxury versions of pyjamas.
Sainsbury's taste the difference.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the supermarkets are doing a lot of good pyjamas at the moment. Like, I've been shocked at what I've been seeing. On the same route as that, M&S are doing some really good bits at the moment. Their loungewear was insane last year. So I'm imagining their pyjamas this year are going to be pretty good. And most of your pyjamas are from Next.
I think they are.
Yeah. So Next is a pretty good place. When I got your pyjamas from Next, they were actually quite expensive. So, but they were a bit more expensive than I would have liked to have paid. But they've washed really well, and I think they look like your best set of pyjamas, don't they really? So next we have got the dads. The first thing, which I feel like kind of carries it over from what we were talking about before, where like you could get a guy a watch, actually like a watch case could be a good gift for a guy that's already kind of got that watch collection. So you can get these, and they vary on prices, but you can kind of make this as expensive or inexpensive as you want. But I've seen some really lovely watch cases that you can have engraved. You can get these on like Etsy and on the high street. And in essence, it's kind of just got your watch on display in this case, which I just think looks really smart. I feel like it would make the room look a lot tidier as well. Like if you've got your watches all organized rather than just like, you know, out on the side. I feel like it keeps your watch in good condition, but it also just makes you look a bit more put together. Next then, I was thinking about, my own dad is very into whiskey. So obviously you could go ahead and just like buy a fancy bottle or like a standard bottle of whiskey, but some of the best presents we've brought has been like specialized, like fun looking decanters for the whiskey, and then also like funky whiskey glasses. And then one thing that I saw this year that I thought was quite cool is a whiskey smoker kit. So you actually pour the whiskey in and smoke it yourself. I thought that was like quite an original sort of gift. And I feel like that's kind of like, it's a gift, but it's also a bit of an activity. You get to learn something a little bit different. So I thought that was quite a cool thing.
Yeah, and again, dads or boys too, they have hobbies. The gifts we always get my dad is something related to cycling usually,
Yeah.
because he's a massive cyclopath. But yeah,
Yeah.
you might like the football loads.
I feel like
It's
there
not
is
bad.
loads, isn't there? And I feel like again, with
But
any
like
of
that
these
is so
themes,
easy to buy for.
yeah, with any of these hobbies, you can make it as expensive
Yeah.
or as
Yeah,
like,
season
fun
pass
as you want.
or
Yeah. Or like
or a cap.
yeah, and we got like that bike pizza cutter, right? Or
Yeah.
someone gifted
No, I
that.
got in that one.
Yeah.
When
So that was like quite a
It's
like a
cheap.
fun but kind of
it's like £5 or
yeah,
something.
but like a nod to the hobby and things as well.
And they used it for ages.
I've got noted down kind of like a skincare set. I feel like my dad doesn't necessarily prioritise skincare. Does your dad prioritise skincare? Maybe a little.
I think a little bit more. I mean, he does use like moisturiser and stuff occasionally.
Yeah. Because I was going to suggest the Kiehl's men set,
Yeah.
which I think that works in a sense because it's just not that heavily marketed. It just gets to the point of it's going to do this, this and this. Crack on. What else could you give to Dad then? Because that's my list basically.
I mean, again, there's probably some nice sort of clothes that they'd like, whether that's sort of a nice sweater because they like going outside, or maybe they do want a hoodie. Maybe they're going to relive their youth a bit as well. So there's like kind of all sorts, but again, it's going to be sort of based off who they are.
Yeah.
But, every guy likes a nice overlayer, I think.
Yeah.
No matter who they are.
I think a good coat is always a safe bet, and I think again that can be really expensive, but we kind of make it more budget friendly. I think as well another thing is like slippers. So I got my dad
slippers and socks again as well.
Yeah.
It's Winnell casual.
Yeah, I got my dad like a pair of slippers. I think it was last year, but they were like barber slippers. I managed to get them in the sale and they weren't that expensive. Sorry, Dad. But like they were quite a fair price, but they were really good quality slippers. And I feel like maybe that's the key thing with a lot of dads, is that actually they're looking for something that's maybe a bit just quality. What about like a dressing gown?
One of my dad's favourite t-shirts is one that I designed for him. Anyway, and then, obviously doing like the touch of something like a bit more personalised is always gonna kind of go a bit harder, because people like to be appreciated.
Yeah. I think the only other thing as well for dads is again just having a look at what books are out there that are again like related to their hobbies or just general interests. I know a lot of like kind of like celebrities have also brought out quite a few books at the moment, so there's a few different comedy ones. There's a wide range for you to kind of get a book related to any sort of specific interest there. Okay, so the last thing on my list is gifts for granddads, or maybe just like older men in your life. I think there's a broad, I feel like dads.
Past midlife.
Yeah. First thing I thought of, and I feel like I've said it for every single guide, but I do stand by this one, is some books. I feel like the book selection for granddads though is popping off. It's popping off in Waterstones, okay? There are a lot of books for the granddads, so I feel like you actually
what's
can.
a book for a granddad, Saffron?
So I feel like...
I was talking about my granddad.
Yeah.
This basically.
So I've tried to make it not too political, but looking...
They do like politics.
Yeah, they do like politics. But looking at kind of just like generalised political theory books, there's a lot of different ones on kind of constitutional law at the moment, which are quite cool. But also, if your granddad's really into the newspaper, they actually do yearly collections of all the political cartoon clippings from the year, which if your granddad's into that, which yours is, that could be quite a big hit, I think.
We've got three granddads between us. I feel like they're all quite different potentially.
So I think those are kind of some options for one of your granddads.
So if they're a reedy granddad, then books are the way to go.
But then I also picked out a few different kind of like fancy wines for your granddad too, which I saw these in Selfridges, but they were within my budget.
Like those.
Yeah, I saw them in Selfridges, but they were within my budget for a change. I think each bottle of wine was coming in. It was more expensive, but I'll explain why. At about £23. I guess for your granddads that's not a lot to spend on wine, but for me that's a lot to spend on wine. I probably wouldn't spend more than a tenner. They were really nice, and they came in their own little mini crate which had some artwork on the front, which I thought just adds that bit of special touch. So I feel like that's an option. For your other granddad, I did wonder about...
He's a funny granddad.
Yeah. I thought about something to do with dogs, because he is quite into his dogs. So whether that, again, it could be like a book to do with dog training, but I also thought coastal dog walks. There's a lot of books now that talk about specific dog walks you can go on along the coast. So I think that would be quite a nice thing. But I also think one of the things you could do is that you could do like charity gifts. So things that stop here. So things like the Guide Dogs charity and stuff, they're doing little like sets of gifts that are pretty reasonably priced. But I think
money to charity.
Yeah, but like obviously give that money to charity. So I feel like that could be quite a nice gift as well. Yeah. What do you think?
Funny pants, funny socks.
Funny socks.
Funny socks.
We love funny
socks. To be honest, both my granddads really love their socks.
Yeah.
They've gone down very well. We got the other granddad, the reedy granddad, we got in the two old men from the Muppets socks.
Nice.
And he wore those like every time we were around, and then he'd take his shoes off to show us that he's wearing his socks and everything.
That's quite cute.
Which is funny because he's always grumpy, but he's kind of like self-aware and funny grumpy.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then there's your granddad.
Yeah, my granddad.
Real granddad.
I think he just like a beer hamper. So last year I got him a beer hamper, and I don't normally repeat gifts, but he's one of those people who's really hard to shop for, and he's just never that really bothered about anything.
He's really easy to shop for. You just don't buy anything. You just say thank you. But found a winner.
Yeah, so I got him like just a tiny selection of beers from a local brewery. I think it's like Abbeydale Brewery, which I'll link them down below, but it might be worth wherever you guys are looking for a local brewery to you as well. But he just, said it was like the best beer he's ever had. He was so happy with it, so I'm gonna do that again, basically.
I think it kind of just shows that you kind of know the kind of the person, because he doesn't want your dad kind of takes after him a bit, and they don't really like having a big fuss made about them, so it's kind of just like thank you, and then sort of like something that they can kind of appreciate by themselves. But he actually said like thank you like 3 times for it, which is like the crazy thing.
Yeah. It was a big deal in the house. So that's like probably the only present that I'm just automatically gonna just repeat each year, for sure. Okay, I feel like that brings us to the end of this video. Did you have anything else? Any honourable mentions across anything? What do men want? What's your top gift of the season?
For me,
just generally on behalf of all men, what would you say if someone's watching this and they're like, oh my god, I just do not know what to get this man? Not Lynx Africa. what do you think it should be?
I don't know, but I mean the big thing I want to say is like I think for most men, like kind of really no matter kind of what their age is, as long as they're no longer still a child, but if they're still a child, it still kind of applies. Get them the gift or make them feel like a child at Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one of the biggest things, and you know, it's November now, we're all thinking about like men's health, and we don't get to feel that much and stuff, and it's kind of more of like a repressed thing. But if you get them to open up like a child on Christmas, I feel like those are the kind of surprises, the ones that kind of like, they're nerdy, they wouldn't want to like show off to their friends maybe as much, or like, well, depends who they are, but you know, the things that'd be like, oh, I can't believe you got me this sort of thing, and you know, you should be able to see it in their eyes that you've really done well.
Oh, that puts pressure on me. Okay, well, you've heard it here, guys. That does bring us to the end of this video, so I hope you have really enjoyed it. If you have, obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got the gift guide for women coming out, and then we're getting more into like hardcore Christmas content. But yeah, so I'm really, really excited to share that with you. So don't forget to subscribe. I don't want you to miss anything. As always, it's been so great to see you all, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Bye, guys.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.